Points in a coordinate plane. In this lesson, we're talking about all about the coordinate plane. First, let's talk about a relation. A set of pair of input and output values. A relation can be written as an ordered pair. So a lot of times, these are known as coordinates. The way we know it is best. So you'll see like an x value and a y value. Domain is a set of all input values. This is all the x values. Right, so these are going to be all the input values we get in. And then our output values, also known as a range, is going to be our y values. A function is just a relation in which each element of the domain is paired with exactly one element of the range. That's just saying all the x values are going to be unique. You're not going to double up any of the x values. So all x values are unique. Quadrant, one of the four sections of a coordinate plane separated by x and y axes. Let's look at our rectangular coordinate system right here. If you see here, this horizontal line is going to be our x-axis. Our vertical line, this right there, is called our y-axis. So y-axis. Where they meet in the middle here is called the origin. That's the origin right there. This would be the positive x-axis. So this is where the x is positive. This would be where x is negative. Same thing for the y-axis. Here's the positive y values. And then down here are the negative y values. It kind of breaks up into four different, what we call quadrants. We read them counterclockwise. So quadrant 1's right here. And in this value, you have your x is positive because you're going to right. And then if you go up, your y is positive. So this is plus plus. When you go to the left here, you always go on your x first. We're going to go left. And then we could go up to get to quadrant 2. So that'd be minus on our x, but plus on our y. To get to quadrant 3, we'd go left. So negative on our x, but then we'll go down. So negative, negative. All the points here will be negative for both x and y. And then quadrant 4 down here, right, we go positive on our x, but then we have to go negative on our y, plus or minus. So that's our coordinate system. Now let's find all these points, a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h. So let's talk about a. So a is right here. So the way we count that, we go from the origin, and you always want to go on your x first. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our x value. Then we're going to go up 2. So 1, 2. So we'll write this as 4, 2. So again, this is our x, and this is our y. So like that. And then if we could say that's in quadrant 1. Let's put Q1 here. B, if we want our point B, so B is right there. So again, we're going from the origin. So we have to go left 1, so it'll be negative 1 for our x. And then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So negative 1 and 5. And that's in quadrant 2. Next, let's find C. So C is right here. So we're going from the origin. And then left and right goes first. That's your x. So we're going to go left 1, 2, 3. So negative 3. And then we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. So this will be negative 3 and 3. Negative 3, negative, sorry. And that's in quadrant 3. D, so D is right here. So to get there again, from origin, so go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down 2. So right 6, down 2. So 6, and then negative 2 go down. And that is in quadrant 4. E is right here. So it's right on the axis. And we'll talk about that in a second. So how do we get there? We go right 3, and then on our y, we do nothing. So 0. So this point would be 3, 0. Let's write over here, actually. 3, 0. And this is on the positive x-axis. F is right here. So it's on the positive y-axis. How do we do that one? Well, we go nowhere. So 0 on our x. We're not moving at all. We're just going to go up. So that's only on the y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 0, 4. Remember, y is the second one. That's the positive y-axis. G is right here. So that's this left 3, negative 3. That's it. So negative 3, 0. Let's go a little faster now. That's the negative x-axis. H is down there. So I have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, on our x, we do nothing. So 0 on our x, but up and down to our y. So 0, negative 5. That's the negative y-axis. And then I is right in the middle. That's the origin. So that's the 0, 0. We do call that the origin. Right. I is right in the middle right there. So the origin. Okay, let's do a little more with this. So let's talk about the domain and range values. So domain values, also known as the input values, or the x values. So on here, there would be all these now. There'll be all the x values, so all of these. Generally, we'll write them in order. So the first one I see is negative 3. So I'll write it like this. Negative 3. If you want, like, why am I doing like a curly bracket? Anytime you do a list of numbers, you generally want to do curly brackets to let you know that's a list. But let's go. Negative 3. Next I see is negative 1. Right, there's actually 2 negative 3s, right? Here and here. Then we have negative 1. And then after that, I see lots of zeros. And then we have 3, 4, and 6. So those are my domain values, all the x values, right? And I'll put them in order. And then we had a couple doubles. You don't write the doubles, so like that. The range is going to be all the y values. So output values are the y values. Now we'll do the same thing. We'll list them out. So I have negative 5, negative 3, negative 2, 0, 2, 4, and 5. So those are all the range values. The range is all the y values. The domain is all the x values. Next question, is this thing a function? Now remember, function, you want all the x values to be different. X values are all unique. Now this one will not be. Now you look here, you're like, wait, there's no two of the same x values. But if you look up here, there is, right? Negative 3 and negative 3, all the zeros. This is not a function, so no. No, not a function. Now I'll put the two -3 values there. -3, -3, and -3, 0. This is showing an example of why it's not a function. Right. Okay, let's move on to the next type of problems. Graph the given function using the given domain, identify the range. So it gives us this domain here. It wants to graph it, and it gives an equation. So very important, right? So they have a domain, they have an equation, and wants to graph this. Easiest way to do it, the same way the calculator would do it, is just let's make a table. We'll start with our x values, our domain. Then we're going to have the equation right here, y equals -x plus 1. And this will be our range, also known as, this will be our input, this will be our output. And just for the sake of making it easy to graph, we'll put the coordinate point right here. We'll put our combination here, x, y. So this will be the point we graph. We'll kind of combine our domain and our range that we get from this equation to plot our point. So that's the way we're going to graph it. We'll do a couple of these. So our domain, right, they give us values of -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. We're going to substitute them into the equation right here. Now when you substitute, this is our x values. So they're going to go in for the x value. Right, so we're going to have this. Y equals -2 plus 1. Right, and then we're plugging in for the x. The x is right here. There's already a negative on the outside, so it becomes -negative plus 1. Two negatives make a positive, so this is +2 plus 1, which is just 3. So when our x value is -2, and we input it in, we get 3 for our y. So that's our point, -2 and 3. Right, that'll be our domain and our range. Domain, range. Input, output. Okay, then we're going to do the same for all these points. So same with -1, so when y equals -1 plus 1, right, again, all we're going to do is substitute wherever you see the x, we're going to plug in the point we want. So two negatives make a positive, so we get +1 plus 1, which is 2. And our point would be -1 and 2. 0, so we're going to substitute 0 in for our x here. So same idea. So we're going to substitute our 0, so y equals -0 plus 1. 0 times anything is still 0, so we get 0 plus 1, which is 1. So there will be 0, 1. And keep on going. So 1, y equals -1 plus 1. -1 plus 1 is 0, so 1, 0. And then finally, y equals -2 plus 1. -2 plus 1 is -1. So we get the point 2 and -1. Those are our point domain values they gave to us. And then we plug them into the equation to get the corresponding y values. And those two together make our point. If we're going to plot them here, so this is our x, this is our y. So remember, we're going to go to our x first, so -2, 3. So I got to go back to my x. Then from there, you're going to go 3 up on your y. So right here's our point. Do the same thing with the next one. -1, 2, left 1, and then up 2. 0, 1. So you can't go left or right, just stay there. You go up 1. And then 1, 0, another way around, right? So you go over 1, then you don't go, then you move up or down. Stay right there. And then 2, -1. So we're going to go over 2 and then down 1. Okay, and then the other question here is, what is the range of this graph? The range is just the y values we found. So our range is going to be 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. And actually, we should put it in correct order. So I'm going to go -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Right, we don't want to go low to high. So that's our range. Okay, let's do one more real quick to make sure we got it. So same thing. I'm going to go a little faster on this one. Here's our domain, our x values. -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Our equation is y equals 2x minus 3. And once we figure out what that y is, we'll have our point x and y. All we're going to do here is we're going to substitute in all these values for the x right there. So it's kind of like we have this right now, times something minus 3. We're going to plug in all these values in for that missing space. Okay, so this is the first one. Y equals 2 times -2 minus 3. 2 times -2 is -4. -4 minus 3. But remember, if they're both negative, just add them. So we get -7, which makes our point -2, -7. I'll just plot it right now. Again, this is our x, this is our y. So we're going to go back 2 and then down 7. I think right here will be a little off. Okay, next one. X equals -1. So y equals 2, times -1 minus 3. That's -2 minus 3. Again, both negatives, we just add it. -5. So -1 and -5. -1, -5. Right there. Right? So I went, on my x, I went left 1. That's your first point. And then you go down 5 on your y. Next is 0. So y equals 2 times 0 minus 3. So that is 0 minus 3 equals -3. So 0 and -3. So right there. Next one, 1. So y equals 2 times 1 minus 3. That's 2 minus 3. So in that case, right, positive minus a negative. This one's bigger, so it's mean -1. So 1 and -1. Okay, last one there. 2. So y equals 2 times 2 minus 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. And we get 2 and 1. So 2, 1 right there. Now, that way of doing it, it's a little cumbersome, but it always works. Even when we get to higher math and like you're not sure what a graph looks like, we just plug in points just like your calculator does. Okay, and the last part of this, what's the range? So here's all my range values, and I think this time I just follow it because it goes in order already. First y value I see is -7. then -5, -3, -1, and 1. That's the range, and that's the video.